If you were trapped in a world from one of the books that you've read, which one would you choose and why?
If I was trapped in one of the books that I've read,
Yeah, in the world.
fictional or non-fictional?
Um, uh, we'll go fictional because you know.
Drew, you go first.
Mine, I just came up with this right now, and it's I would want to be, um, I don't know, I've never seen or read the book, but I'm sure it's there. But Aladdin,
Aladdin.
yeah,
So,
I could get
I
three
mean,
wishes.
I don't think it's called Aladdin. I think it's like 1001 Arabian Nights or something like that.
Okay, sure, yeah, that one.
All right. Why?
Yeah,
Because
why, Drew?
I would get three wishes, and
Okay, but
would
what would you wish for?
oh
Now
no,
I'm curious.
I don't
You
even
have
know.
three wishes, and remember, the genies are very particular in how you wish for something.
Well, I have to free the genie,
Yeah.
right? That's one of them, and then I have to be a prince. Is another one. To get all the stuff of a prince. What's his other wish he gets? I forget. He gets like
Uh, if you're nice, you'll wish him to be free.
yeah.
That was one, to be a prince. And then what was the third? I thought the third one he like,
Was to let him free. Or
well,
was
the
it to
third
like
one was, but either first or second one, he like messed up. He was like, I
yeah,
want
he
a
had to get
sandwich.
himself out of jail or something like
Weird
that.
No,
thing.
no,
So
no, 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 no. Like okay, if we're talking Disney's Aladdin, when he makes the
yeah, that
first
one.
wish, he says, "Oh, I bet the genie can't even get us out of here," and then the genie gets him out of there. But that wasn't the wish,
That's
and
right.
they and then he points it out to the genie, and he's like, What? What?"
Yeah.
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 Okay, all
So
right,
I don't know what I would wish for, but I'd want to be in a predicament where I can have wishes, I suppose.
that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, Phil,
Would-
Oh,
how
does
about
that
you?
mean it's my turn?
It's your
I'm
turn,
trying to get
man.
the mood lighting because I'm wearing a black shirt in a black room.
It's okay. I have a dark green. My
It's
my
okay.
whole my whole room has changed.
Oh,
I'm in my layer right now,
oh,
so
I know what I would be. I would be in the book 100 Cupboards.
what is that?
It's a story about a young man who's abandoned by his parents and has to go live with his like grandfather or something. And he goes into the basement and there's this wall that's covered with 100 cupboards, and each cupboard goes to a alternate universe. And so he
Oh,
Oh.
ends up finding one where he becomes like this ruler, like master person that like saves the whole thing from the evil bad guy.
So like Men in Black, when he opens the thing, he's like, "Oh hell, Jay, oh Jay, can
Yeah,
you
I
see?"
guess kind of like that. Yeah,
But then you have like 1,000, so there's like
yeah,
all these different worlds. That's cool.
100. So
Or 100. Yeah, that's a lot still.
it was a good book. I enjoyed it.
wow. That's a book you guys would choose to be in. Interesting. Interesting.
Well, I don't want to be in like Lord of the Rings or something because that's just scary. I mean,
Why is that scary?
it's fun to read about, but can you imagine an Urukai coming at you full sprint? It's like,
Yeah, but
no, thank you. I'm good.
Okay. That's an insane thought. I mean, most fantasy worlds, it's
Scary.
it's gonna be kind of scary no matter
Run,
what. But
dude.
it's fantasy, so you have some advantage, like maybe magic spells or something.
True.
All right, all right.
is
Well,
it
if
like when
I
you're in a dream, so you can kind of make up your own rules? Like the orcs can't
uh
really kill you, but you can fight them but not die. Like,
no, this isn't going back in history. It's like you choose to live in that world. That's the world you're in.
Yeah.
I guess you can, be the kind of character that you want to be.
but
Maybe.
you could be an avatar person.
Well, I'm gonna say the world that I would like to be in. I mean, is anything science fiction related. Ender's Game, that world is really fascinating and really cool. It's also frightening because
Hmm.
everything is falling apart
I'm
and they're at
telling
war
you.
with the Formics. And yeah, but it's cool. You know, fly a spaceship, or go to what is it? Where they go into space and they're at a battle school, and they're going around. That would be cool, like where they're doing the zero gravity combat.
Hmm.
Ah, yeah, that's so good.
All right, so
All right.
now I'm going to flip the script.
Oh no,
Orson, you have
it's
to
been
be in
flipped.
Hunger Games,
Whoa,
and
jeez.
Drew, you have to be in Harry Potter.
Oh,
What
Oh,
what
that
is the
sounds good.
first what is the first thing you would do?
One.
me
or
or
Drew.
Drew? Okay.
I would go make a butter beer. Make a
I
butter
knew you were going to say that.
beer. I've always seen people drink those like Universal online, and I want to have one.
All right.
They're good.
Butter beer.
So I go shoo magical beerio,
Okay, so
analcoholico.
what's my role in the Hunger Games, Phil?
You're the show host.
Oh gosh.
I can totally see you as the
Yes,
host to
yes,
that
yes,
show.
yes.
So
Oh
I'm
man.
Caesar.
Or whatever,
Welcome
you're
to
like,
the 135th Hunger Games.
Do, do, do,
Ladies and
do.
gentlemen.
yeah. I don't
Oh,
know.
that's funny.
All
Okay.
right.
We should make a little skit for that. That'd be great.
That'll be fun.
That would be ridiculous. Would, but the thing about like being in the capital, where you would have that kind of job, is you get to dress up like a goofy person, and that
Yeah.
doesn't kind of roll with me.
Wow. Too
If I
bad.
did, I guess I would have like bright red hair and I'd just be the most ridiculous looking version of
Guess
myself.
if you looked normal. Oh, what was that other? No, anyways. All right. I digress.
Okay,
You
Phil,
digress.
for you, you would be in the Twilight series as the Wolf Man. What would you do?
It'd be, oh my gosh.
A
Would it be?
werewolf?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
I don't know. I guess I'm not too familiar with that book, so that's
You'd have to figure it out, huh?
yeah. I would find the best howling at the moon technique.
Well, I mean, there's vampires and all sorts of crazy mumbo
You have to
jumbo in
figure
that
it out
book.
between you and the vampire, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
You gotta go sit down with your wife and watch that movie series because it's ridiculous and
Isn't it like a
hilarious.
billion years old by now?
A billion. I mean, it came out when I was in high
Like 10 years
school.
old, something, right?
Yeah.
Or 20 years
It's
old.
old. Man, I'm old. Anyway,
Yeah.
on the subject. So, what is it about some of the book worlds that make it enticing to us and to fans?
Is that what this podcast is about, Orson?
Yeah, it's about. I picked a couple of books and series that I've read, and I want to, do a little study and see your guys' opinions on what makes the world an interesting place. And if you paid attention, I sent you the mission objectives before the podcast even started. Y'all had homework.
A mere 3 hours before the podcast started.
So you
yeah.
guys have heard of Disney adults, right? Why do so
yeah.
many why are so many people that are adults going to Disney? And it ties directly into this question you have here. And I think it has to do with predictable outcomes and predictable entertainment. So
Oh,
like
I
if you
thought
go
you were
into
going
one
to
of these
say they're
worlds,
insane, but
Well, that could be a lot of different things. But but like Lord of the Rings and these different books is, like if you're put inside this world, you sort of know the boundaries of what's in the world. Like if
Mhm.
you get into some video game and like there's the orcs and there's the Zerg and like you have all these different biomes and creatures and spells and rules, and you kind of have a predictable environment to explore.
Almost like a routine, a
Yeah.
predictable
So like when
routine.
yes, yes. So it's like, yeah, like if you go to the Disney World, like you know you're gonna go on this ride and get excitement and see these different things, and you don't go there feeling like, oh, I have to pay my taxes in Lord of the Rings or something.
Right.
No, it's
It's like
I have
this.
to
It's
stay
like this.
alive.
Yeah, it's like an escape, really, right? So that's kind of
Okay.
what I think about.
What about you, Phil? What makes
Uh,
book worlds enticing?
the interesting thing about book worlds
Mm.
is you can get as deep into them as you want.
Yes.
'Cause there are a lot of people who would be like, you know, I speak Klingon, and well, that's not Klingon, is it? That's
I, have they?
and then they're like have their little like sword thing.
Vulcan. You saying you speak Vulcan?
Oh,
Is that what you're
Vulcan.
trying to
Is
do?
that
No,
Vulcan?
Yeah.
Klingon. Oh my gosh.
Was that what they? I don't
Well,
even know.
there's Klingon and then there's Vulcan. Vulcan is the thing. Oh my, I'm
Vulcan
confused.
live long and prosper. Yeah,
Oh, that
yeah.
yeah, that.
Yeah.
And then, but if you just kind of want to watch and enjoy a movie, you don't have to go super deep into the world to still enjoy watching or reading
It's true.
um the book.
Yeah.
I know you're kind of focusing more on book worlds, but for me it's easier to
Go ahead.
to
What other
discuss.
world?
um there's a cartoon by the name of
Danny Phantom?
no, I just totally why did I forget it?
Gummy bears is kind of fantasy,
Gummy
right?
bears?
Gummy
Yeah, gummy
bears?
bears are the best.
You mean Care Bears?
No, not Care Bears, gummy bears, where they
Gummy
like have
like
Dungeons
the
and Dragons. Like it's a great
or
show.
not the ones that you're eating?
No, you don't know the show Gummy Bears?
I've never heard of this show ever.
Oh, really? They
Should I
like drink
have?
this. They like drink this little potion juice to bounce around.
Uh,
It's great.
no. I didn't know that was a thing.
Did not
Yeah.
know that was a thing either.
It sounds like Drew, you're watching some drugged out videos there.
Yeah, when I was a kid.
I still Gravity Falls.
Oh, dude, Gravity Falls is
Okay,
excellent.
so the Gravity Falls has like so much interesting like backstory to it that you could get into, but at the same time, to my point, you could just watch one episode or two episodes and still enjoy it. But there's like the journals that you can buy on Amazon or whatever that has like all of the back history of the town and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoy.
Okay. I'm gonna bring us back a little bit here. So we're gonna talk high fantasy for a moment. So Lord of the Rings, we all know, is considered one of the greatest stories of all time. Now, why do you guys think that is the case? I have some ideas,
Oh,
but
wait.
I want to hear yours. All
Go
right.
ahead, Phil.
All right. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, I for one did my homework. The reason why Lord of the Rings is considered one of the greatest of all time is because he was first a linguist and created the Elven language and then created the movies based on
Not the movies, the books, but yeah.
Oh, the books. Yes, he based the
Oh
books
wow.
on the history and lore of the world rather than creating the world for the books.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very interesting.
And so when he ended up creating the books, it was very detailed and authentic
Yeah.
because it was based off of a pre-existing like history.
Yeah.
I learned.
He learned. Hey, someone did some
Wow.
study.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right. All right. Drew, do you have any thoughts? Why is Lord of the Rings the greatest of all time? It's also
Mm,
considered one of the first high fantasies, at least in my
why?
recollection. You can use the movies as reference too. That's fine. I would hope you've seen them
I
by
mean,
now.
I don't know. It, it just goes back to like a great adventure kind of thing. So
Okay.
people
Yeah.
like like you watch it for the first time. That I hadn't read the books. I had seen the little cartoon, The Hobbit. That's the all
Yeah.
I'd seen, and it was sort of out there and sort of a little too thick for me to like this is like too much. But then when you watch the movie, you can conceptualize things a lot better. The Lord of the Rings movie series. So yeah, sort of unpredictable yet actually way more like I was saying before, like the predictable sort of Disney thing, right?
Hmm.
This is like way it's like your first time at Disney. So you get in there and you're like, I'm safe here, it's magical here, but like what's out there? And then
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that movie takes you through the worlds of all the different biomes and just blows all well, it exceeds all expectations, I would say.
Yeah.
But just when
Okay.
you think you're gonna go somewhere, it's like you get brought into another world. It's like our discussion a while ago. We talked about Ark. When I first played, I was in this tiny little like campsite base, and then someone picked me up with a flyer, took me up way in the air, and showed me this huge biome of like the snow biome and all these different things. And it blew my mind of there's so much out there. So yeah, I think Lord of the Rings takes you on a big like on a wild ride.
Oh, it's a crazy ride. I think
Yeah.
my favorite thing about Lord of the Rings is the message of, or there's dark times, and I think that's why it can be so relatable. Like
Mm.
the world is falling apart around these people, and this little group of heroes, mainly, I mean, there's different parts. So you got like,
Sure.
Rohan and that over there. Then you got Aragorn and Gandalf. They're all kind of doing their thing um, during the whole series, and it's about walking to Mordor, and you have Sam and Frodo and Gollum, and they're walking to Mordor, and the whole point is everything is so dark around them, and and Frodo's carrying the darkness basically with him. And the ring is such a fascinating element because it's slowly hollowing Frodo
Yeah.
Mhm.
over like a period of time. It's like slowly eating his soul,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like everybody in our life has uh, something that they hold on to that's slowly eating them, right? And you need your friends and the people around you to help lift you up, like what Sam does throughout the whole story. Sam is always there for Mr. Frodo, to help him carry this terrible burden. And I think one of my favorite lines, I'm not going to get it 100%, is when they're in the mines of Moria, and Frodo is talking to Gandalf. At least this is how it is in the movie. Um, and he's talking to Gandalf. He says, "I wish this had never happened to me," basically. And then Gandalf's like, Yeah. So do most people who find themselves in these times. But it is up to us to choose what to do with the time that is given to us. And
Mhm.
that's such a deep, like, quote. And it just inspires hope. And that's the thing about Lord of the Rings. It's like everything is crashing around them, but there's hope that they can have a better day. And I think that's why Lord of the Rings has resonated with so many people over
Mhm.
so long of a period of time.
Yeah.
And that's why when the movies came out back in the day, it was like we've talked a couple of times about how we haven't had these like great movie events or these events that the whole like world gets behind. And this was one of those moments, and everybody was just clawing at the bit for more Lord of the Rings for so many years.
Mhm.
And it's such a good story.
Cool
Yeah, I
story.
think so you got me thinking like they have the hobbits, these tiny little hobbits make this world change just by themselves, with the help of their friends and everybody. And I guess Harry Potter's sort of that way too. He's sort of this orphan that gets put with muggles and he thinks he's worthless and then he goes on to save the whole school or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's
The
sort of
whole
like the
wizarding
whole
world. Yeah.
underdog. Yeah, the whole underdog sort of you can make a difference even if you feel like you're insignificant, right?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. I think that's like the key to a good story. Um, and we have some more to talk about. You guys ready for the next one?
Sure.
I mean, we
We'll
could
see.
talk about Lord of the Rings forever.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's a movie.
Phil, is, Phil is not well versed, apparently. All right, okay. So the next one, this is probably one you probably haven't heard of, but it's called Deltora's Quest. And it was a series that came out when I was in elementary school, upper elementary school, and I hated reading. But I remember my buddy, Jack Harris, he lent me a copy of the second book, which is, I think it was called like Lake of Tears or something like that. Um, and
You started the series on the
yeah,
second book,
hey, yes, I started at
and you
book
and you call
book
yourself a
two.
true reader.
I don't like reading, so he's like, "Hey, you should read this." And so I read it, and I was just so fascinated by the whole world. Where that was what I asked for Christmas that year was the whole series. So then I was able to read the whole series. And Del Toro's Quest is about three people. And well, so it starts off. There's a kingdom that was established, and there was seven lands, and they were all fighting against each other. And they decided, hey, wait, this is a stupid idea to fight against each other. Let's come together and be friends. So they did, and they created each of these tribes had a gem. So they had a diamond, an emerald, a lapis lazuli, a topaz, a opal, a ruby, and what is the A? An amethyst. And so they brought these all together, and they created a belt, and it's the belt of Deltora. So literally, it's they named the whole um, society Deltora based off of gems, which I think is kind of cool. But what happens is over time, so they have kings, and the kings used to wear the belt because it represented unity. But over time, what happens is you have the Shadow Lord who's in the Shadowlands, and he slowly like gets the people there to forget the power that is in the belt. So each of the uh, gems has like a certain effect on a person. Like I remember one of them specifically has the effect of being able to clear someone's mind and help them think properly. And so the gems have like magical powers in this world.
Hmm.
So eventually, it's put away and they seal it up into a kingdom. It's worn one time every time there's a new king. But what that does is it gets people to forget about um,
The
the
powers of the
purpose
gems.
and the powers of the gems and the unity that it brought. And what happens at the beginning of the series is there's this whole part where the Shadow Lord basically just takes over because everybody's forgotten everything. He's undermined the whole political system, and it's now his. So he just
I
comes
have a
and he
question.
invades it. Yeah,
Do you think the Shadow Lord gives himself that name?
no, I don't think. I
Like all
don't
of these
think.
adventure stories, they always have the Dark Lands or the Shadow King or like the evil person, and w- we just watched the Super Mario movie,
Okay.
uh,
Like
where
evil by
Bowser.
default is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like
It's like you're shown this is the bad guy kind of thing.
correct, and
Yeah.
who I wonder if he wanted to be the ruler of the Shadowlands. I'm just joking. Anyways, go ahead.
Well, yeah. So back on to the
So
Shadowlands.
so question
Huh?
is the Shadow Lord who's taking advantage of all these different gem uh kingdoms or whatever, do is he sort of using some subversion technique to like leverage their power for himself by using them?
Well, he's trying to get everybody to forget about the belt. He's trying to get the belt, um, because then he's gonna take control.
So he can
And
use the power if he has the belt, is what you're saying.
yeah, so what he
Okay, interesting.
does in the series, which I kind of find hilarious that bad guys do this, but eventually he gets the belt back and then he breaks up all of the gems off of the belt and he puts them in
Put
different
some
parts over the world. And
oh,
my favorite book is when they're getting back the purple one, which that's the amethyst, right?
Think so.
Yeah, I think it's the amethyst. And they're in so the main characters in the series are Jasmine, Barda, and Leaf. And they are, trying to track down all of the gems. So Leaf is the heir to the throne. Um
Leaf
I'm
is a
not gonna
cool
like
book name.
what?
I said Leaf is like a cool name for somebody in a book.
It is.
Leaf.
It's a fascinating story. It's really hard to find now, though. I've noticed. So I have a copy that my kids can read when they want to, but I go back and read it because there's something special about those first worlds that you find as a kid or a teenager, and you go back and there's like obviously some nostalgia behind it, that brings us in. So that's why I think Deltora's Quest is really cool. It's a story, it's an adventure, and there's all sorts of things that happen along the adventure. And as I
How
was
many
saying,
how many books did you say were in it?
uh, however many are in the word Deltora,
One, two,
I,
three, four,
I think
five,
it's
six, seven.
7.
Well, that's interesting.
so do things in this book, do you kind of like reference some things to real life? So if you meet a person, you're like, oh, they're sort of a greenstone kind of person, you know what I mean? Kind of how people have cosmetology, is that what it's called?
You
Where they're
talking
like,
about how
oh,
everybody's like a
you're
birthstone?
yeah, well, no, well, yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of like how like in Harry Potter they're like, oh, they're a Slytherin or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's not really done so much in the book per se.
Mhm.
Basing personalities off of gems, but I guess
Oh,
you could think of some of the characters kind of like their gems. Like a diamond is, super vibrant and very strong, and you could like relate that to Barda. Um,
okay.
so Barda's like the old guy who's helping the people on their journey. A leaf is the heir to the throne. Jasmine is a girl that they find in the woods in the first book, the Forest of Silence. And so cool! It's such a great scene. I want to go read it again. Um,
The complete series is available on Amazon for like $300. So
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. $300. You know how much each of the books used to cost?
probably like a buck 50. There's
Are
Scholastic.
these like forbidden books that like they don't want you to have political views or something?
I don't know. I find this is what they do a lot with books in general. Is throughout
Or
periods of time they get harder to
harmful for
get.
your mind or something?
I don't
Mm.
know. I think they're great reads. I think kids could learn lessons from them, and just have a really good time reading them.
I wonder if kids do that very often. I wonder if you could get a kid into a book these days with iPads and everything.
Well, it's definitely harder, but if you are parenting with intent, uh, you kind of
With
say
intent
no
meaning,
screens at some
yeah,
points, and go do something else. Go draw, go read, go
right,
play outside. That's something I try to do for my kids.
yeah,
They love technology, but the thing is, I can see what it does and how kids start behaving when they don't
right.
read books and start using their imaginations and important things. And I think it's a fascinating a topic in and of itself. Books is entertainment versus like movies and video games is entertainment.
It's imagination. Books make you have they force you to have imagination, where a movie just shows you, right?
Yeah.
You have to envision everything.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people forgot how to have an imagination anymore.
Wait a minute. So, like
Oh,
movies,
well,
though.
I hit a chord.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
movies, I think, force you to have an imagination in the fact that's like, oh, how are they going to get out of this situation? Like, what are they going to do? And books do the
Okay.
same thing, right? Because it's like, but in more so where you have to actually imagine what it would look like in their situation. So books have like all of this flowery, like his pants were soggy wet from the peat moss brown that has been fumigating in the swamps of the fileless,
Oh my
and
gosh, you're bringing
so
up a valid point.
oh, man, how many kids use imagination now? Like, I'm looking back to when I was a kid. Like, we couldn't spend 24/7 on a computer because that just wasn't, you could play
Yeah.
Tetris or something dumb, right? But we would watch a movie. Say we watched, some adventure movie, then we'd be out the whole rest of the day playing outside, making our backpacks with a lunch to travel across the Great Plains and like pretend that there's the monsters. And
yeah.
we'd watch Mighty Ducks and
Oh,
spend the whole evening playing, let's
hockey.
go Ducks, and play hockey. And like, how many kids do that now where they like go outside and pretend like, hey, I'm Michael Jordan shooting a hoop, and that kind of thing.
Did you guys ever make like music videos when you're younger? Like have like pots and pans and like brooms and stuff, and like act like you're making music.
Yeah, yeah. So my
Yeah.
brother and I, we used to take cardboard boxes and rubber bands, and we used to make like we attempt to make guitars.
Yeah.
And
Oh, right.
we couldn't afford a real guitar, but we could make a guitar. And the most annoying thing about rubber bands to this day
Snap
is
your
it doesn't matter
fingers.
what tape you use, how you put that rubber band on that box, it will eventually just
Yep.
it
Ouch.
always hurt your hand.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
Yeah. So, like I'm saying, do kids have imagination nowadays? Do your kids run around and pretend things, or they just say, "What are you talking about?" and go back to like watching their YouTube video?
I only have one kid who is really creative. She's a girl and would be like crafting and creating things. Like she's big into gymnastics, and so she
Sweet.
handcrafted this, like, on top of a shoebox, all of the little gymnastic like bars and stuff, and then like had this little person cut out, like
Oh, that's
That's
cool.
cool.
flipping around. So like she will do a lot of like creative things like that, where I feel like is a lot of imagination.
Yeah.
Um,
Like pretend, like, oh,
yeah,
it's doing the tricks, and oh,
she
that's cool.
wouldn't. I don't think she like plays with it, pretend like that. But it's more about the creative process of creating it rather than
Yeah.
Mm, I see.
imagining it and playing with it.
Yeah.
Like she'll do Legos and stuff like that. So I feel like a lot of kids these days are, it's more about the creative process rather than waving the stick around like you're fighting bad guys.
Yeah. Like for
You
me,
know,
I would
that's
have
yeah.
Legos. Sorry. I was just gonna say we would have Legos and I would build an army of like Lego planes. And so that's like the building part. And then I'd spend another hour like having an imaginary war where they were fighting each other, crashing, exploding. So it would be like half play, half invent or whatever.
Yeah.
I said, go ahead, Arson.
Yeah. Well, no, my kids, they so I've noticed something. If you as a parent do anything, right? Kids like to copy what they see. So
Mm.
if you're like my kids see me, painting. And when I'm painting, they go, "Hey dad, can I paint?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course. Let's get you some, paint supplies and you go create
Mm.
something." Or they're like, "Hey dad, can we get some like paper and then make a road and then get like a Hot Wheel and then take pictures and pretend it's moving?" And so they're like doing stop motion. And I'm like, "Of course, go for it." So they built like this whole giant street and they put stoplights on it. And I'm just amazed at what my kids can come up with, just using their imaginations. And it's really awesome to see, kids be able to do that. And I think that's why reading is super important. But Phil, you brought up something which was, um, it hits home with one of the authors that I've read. Now, they're very good. I've read one book by them, um, but they're very well known. And there was recently a huge deal, when they're like, "Hey, we want to, license this out to, get movies and TV shows made." And that was Brandon Sanderson, with his Cosmere. So the only book I've read in Brandon Sanderson is The Way of Kings. And when you're talking about soggy pants and whatnot, this writer, oh my gosh, he can spend, I don't know, 40 pages talking about the political structure of the world. And you're like, what? But the
Mm,
thing is, like, he keeps going and it like slowly drags along. And, there's some action in there. But like at the last part of this book, it just goes crazy and there's so much action and there's so much happening, and it was just this giant build off to finally get this payoff. And it's very well written. But if you want to know anything about like the money system in the way of kings, Um, you'll learn all about spheres and each value that each one of them has. And it's just like, wow, why do we care? Like, can we get to this story? Can we get moving? Can we roll along, please?
Well, so that's a big difference about reading a book and watching a movie is that during those parts of the movie, you just sit there and scroll on your phone up until the point that the action starts, and then you can
Mhm.
continue watching. Whereas a book, you literally have to sit there and, like, I don't know, I guess you could flip pages until you see something interesting.
Yeah, but then you're
Yeah,
like, what's going on?
Right. You're
maybe
literally
all
forced to read the whole thing.
maybe all the details is like authenticity. So if you learn about the whole economic political systems, you can like map in your head this elaborate society of all these structures and rules. So where when you get into the book, the actual story part, you
Yeah.
can you have like a whole foundation of everything.
But still, that's the problem with books is that you're forced to see it from the perspective of the author, whereas in movies
Yeah,
you can interpret however deep you want into the world.
yeah. It's like when Harry Potter goes to the bank and they're like, "What's your money?" And then they show the visualizations of all the different banking corridors of where they store money and everything,
Yeah.
and how they like check it in and out, and those little guys that write the checks, and yeah. But then that
All
takes
right.
away from imagination. Now you can't like make it up in your head. You see it, and I don't know if that ruins it.
Okay, how many of you have had the situation where you've read something and then they make a movie out of it and you're like, no, that's all wrong. All these characters they did are so wrong. It
Oh
doesn't work.
yeah,
Just
yes.
stop it. Has that happened to you?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I don't know.
For me, anyways. Like, yeah. I
I'm
feel
like,
like
So
in most cases they don't get it right, especially when it comes to the character more than anything else.
yeah, okay. What's an example though? Do you have one?
Oh,
If not, I have one.
yeah. Go ahead. You can do yours.
Okay, so in Deltora's Quest, they made a anime over in Japan
Hmm.
based on the series, and they showed all of the characters, and I looked at all of them, and I was like, nope, nope, this is all wrong. This is not how they look. This is not the story, and it just kind of just like ruined the world. And I was like, no, I'm just gonna live in the books, and the books are perfect. Go away, go away. This, and there's so many Puritans like that when it comes to things.
I mean, for sure, movies. Anytime they do like a remake, they usually get it totally wrong.
Just they should stop doing that.
like
Yeah.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Whoa, whoa,
Oh
whoa, whoa, whoa,
no,
whoa, whoa,
no,
whoa, whoa.
no.
Whoa, which ones are we talking?
The original was good, and the remake was terrible.
The Johnny Depp one was terrible. Yes.
Yeah,
What about
Right,
Wonka?
Orson?
Did you guys like Wonka?
I haven't seen that, and
that was all right.
it might be
I
good
love I
because it
love
has.
Wonka.
Is it with Timothy Charlemagne?
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, he's a legit actor, so I may want to entertain that. But the Johnny Depp one was just terrible. Too bad because he's an awesome actor. Just the
Yeah.
movie
Well, let's
itself
be
just
real.
wasn't good.
You're trying to follow up Gene Wilder. You're doomed.
Yeah, yeah, he
Just
did
give
such
up.
a good job of that. Man, that's like there's so many scenes in that movie that are just really, really good.
Oh, you guys probably watched it as a kid, and when they're going through the the cave. He's just, got this whole spiel, and it's like it's probably the scariest part of the movie as a kid. It,
Mm.
And I
and
was
that's the
just
thing is
confused. I was
he
like,
just he just wanted to he just wanted to make kids have like that existential crisis, which I thought
wasn't
was
there like
absolutely
bugs
hilarious.
and like weird, like nasty things that like flash across the screen, like
It's just
beetles
like
and stuff?
I don't remember Beatles, but I remember like multicolors in the cave
Yeah,
and
there
Oh
was a bunch of
yeah, I think I
bugs.
just space out during that because I'm just like some psychedelic experience, and I was like, "What's going on?"
all right, you guys ready for the next? Are you ready for our game show? Trivia night.
Yep, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Are we sharing? Do we have it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm
All
looking at
right.
it, so just tell me what you want to do.
In trivia night, this is a a little thing that I put together. So, welcome, traveler. I am the lore keeper. We're gonna explore the craft behind the greatest fictional worlds ever written, from Tolkien's Middle Earth to Sanderson's Cosmere, from the magical corridors of Hogwarts, the Belt of Deltora, the Battle School. This is hints about what's coming up, and the Freeman's desperate exodus across the stars. We have 10 questions. Are you ready? All right, let's go. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All
I'm
right,
about
open the book.
5%
Open the
ready.
book.
Did you
All
hear
right.
it?
Yep. Question
Nice.
1. The Exodus series begins. Oh, okay. You guys probably don't know this, but it's okay. On a near future Earth, 2032, under the tyranny of the Enlightened League of Nations. Then follows the Freemen's escape aboard a massive ark into deep space, eventually reaching the alien world of Azah centuries later. What world building principle does this expanding scope demonstrate? A story should always stay in one location for consistency. B, escalating the world across time. Space keeps the stakes growing with the characters. C, alien planets are always more interesting than Earth settings. Or D, time jumps confuse readers and should be avoided.
I'm always confused when time jumps, especially when
That's fair.
you're in the future and then the movie's like in the past and then builds up to the. I don't know. Anyways.
Flashbacks. Yes, flashbacks are the worst way to tell a story, in my opinion.
Okay. Escalating the world across time and space keeps the stakes growing with the characters. That's what I'm thinking.
I was thinking B too. That would be my guess.
All right. I don't have the button, so click on it, Drew.
Oh, we got it. Yay.
Hey! All right. So
Yeah.
Badger's series starts grounded in a recognizable near future Earth with tyranny, resistance, fighters, and desperate escape. Then it expands across interstellar space aboard an ark, deals with generational conflict on the ark, and eventually lands on an alien world with emperors, sand riders, and alien jungles. Each expansion
Sand
raises the stakes and introduces entirely new world building challenges while keeping the human core intact.
Ooh.
So these are like the trivia is like, what is the technique that the authors use to build their world?
Yeah.
And why it's a good technique. Okay, turn the page. Question 2. The Shadow Lord conquered Deltora not through brute force alone, but by infiltrating the royal court, isolating the king from his people, and eroding public faith in the monarchy over generations. What world building lesson does this teach? Option A, villains should always work from the shadows. B, political systems need visible weaknesses that enemies can exploit. C, the best antagonists never appear in person. And monarchies always fail in fantasy worlds.
B.
Yeah, B.
Okay.
B is what rang
pick
out
it.
to me, but we could be wrong. You want to try it?
You got one try.
I don't
Go.
know because it says political systems need visible weaknesses that enemies can exploit. Is that really a world building lesson? Oh, so you're saying it from the perspective of like how an author
Yeah.
should build their world.
Yeah.
They should, if B was correct, it was like they should build a political system with visible weaknesses
So
that
how
the
can the
reader
villain
can.
how can the villain be able to do what they're doing, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So B, I think. Villains always work from the shadows.
That's not true.
B. B?
Yeah. Let's go with B.
Aha!
You got
Wow,
it right.
I'm surprised we're getting them right.
I'm gonna
I'll
laugh
read
if
this
they're
one.
all
I'll read this one.
randomly- Okay.
Correct. The belt of Dartha's power was directly tied to the people's faith in their ruler. The Shadow Lord understood this and spent generations weakening that bond through spies, isolation, and bureaucratic corruption. This makes the world feel politically real because the threat isn't just a dark army, it's systematic rot.
Ooh, that was good.
Audible's
That
gonna hire
was
you now, Phil. That's pretty good.
good. That was good. All right, let's turn the page.
I will not volunteer to do that.
All right, we might just do 5. Okay. Hogwarts has moving staircases, talking portraits, and rooms that appear when needed. What world building technique is Rowling using? A. Sensory world building through interactive environments. B. Distraction from the plot holes. C. Making the setting a passive backdrop. D. Reducing the need for character development.
I think it's A.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Let's see.
Ba-doom.
Okay, Phil.
Hogwarts itself behaves like a character. It surprises, challenges, and shelters its inhabitants. By making the setting interactive and unpredictable, Rowling ensures the environment is never just a backdrop. It's an active participant in the story that readers want to explore.
Yep. Would you
Rico's
agree
gonna-
with that, though, when it comes to Rowling's books?
Never read one.
You've never read Harry Potter?
No. Oh, okay.
Wow.
I picked up the second book and I was like, let's see if I just randomly start reading somewhere in the book, if it'll make sense based off of watching the movie.
Yeah.
And there's just like a bunch of ghosts at some like random dinner party, and I was completely lost. And I was like, I don't know. I'm good.
Okay.
Maybe we're the ones without the imagination.
Okay.
I like
In
my
Mid-
own imagination, not imagination, their imagination.
Okay, so in Middle Earth, the One Ring corrupts anyone who possesses it over time, unless you're Boromir, and it corrects, takes you out instantly. What does this demonstrate about
No
effective
haters in
world
the
building?
comments, please. Or this is just
Well, it is. It's true. He like touches it one time, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna
I
take
have
over
to
the
have
world.
it.
I have to have it."
Magic should be dangerous and visually dramatic. That's what I think. A.
Every world needs a single powerful artifact. Magic systems with clear costs and consequences create tension. The villain should always be tied to an object.
Wait,
Ooh.
magic systems with clear costs and consequences create. I think C, actually.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking. Magic should be dangerous and visually dramatic. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I can't think of what are some other stories that has magic that's not dangerous.
Like the Dark Crystal. That's a good one.
Mhm, yeah.
Sorry, Crystal.
Like Back to the Future. That's not really magic, though. Kind of is magic.
Hey,
Yeah.
science is magic. Especially with
Yeah.
flux capacitor.
All right, see.
Magic system. Hey, we got it. Hey, Phil. Ready
The
to
ring doesn't just grant power, it hollows out the bearer. Boromir falls, Golem is destroyed by it, even Frodo nearly breaks. This consistent cost creates real stakes because the reader knows the rules and feels the danger every time someone reaches for it.
Yep. All right. So Tolkien created the entire Elvis language before writing Lord of the Rings. What world building principle does this demonstrate? Style over substance, deep history, create. Okay, it's kind of obvious.
right? Are
Yes.
you gonna disagree, Phil?
No, I don't even have to read C and D.
But you have to
Correct.
read the answer.
Okay, let me ask you this. Is it token or Tolkien?
It's Tolkien with an
Yeah, you
L.
said token earlier, so I was
Tolkien.
Did I
Tolkien
say
built.
token?
I don't know what is that?
Oh, the voice, Phil. The
Quit.
voice.
I don't know how to pronounce those things.
We'll do it. Token.
Okay.
Just
Tolkien
do
built Quenya and Sindarian as fully functional languages with grammar, etymology. It doesn't help that the font is like this big on my screen.
You're reading like Quinya's, Chardon, fully Tolkien, all this weirdo stuff.
And drift over time. Readers never need to learn them, but their existence bleeds into every name, place, and poem, making Middle Earth feel like a real place with thousands of years of history behind it.
There's so many poems, there's so many songs in Lord of the Rings.
You're like the guy in He-Man that tells the story.
All right. Going to the Exodus series. In the Exodus series, the bile-wired super assassin Maya is a recurring antagonist who keeps returning across multiple books and centuries. Villains like Maya, James Morriston, and Emperor Qin Yao each represent different kinds of tyranny. What does having evolving antagonists across a long series do for world building? They're thinking.
It shows that evil takes different forms as civilizations change. B, it means the author ran out of ideas for new villains. C, reoccurring villains always weaken a story over time. D, it proves that only one type of conflict matters in sci-fi. That's
Well, it's A.
A.
It's like, it's like,
Hey, trivia is hard to write. Okay.
Almost as hard as these.
it's a book of the
Stories.
king of the lore or Cat Dogs Pigs. That's kind of what this was.
Yeah.
When in doubt, pick C.
Okay, so
Morstan represents institutional tyranny on Earth. Maya embodies weaponized technology turned loose, and Tinyao
Yao. Yeah,
is
Yao.
imperial power on an alien world. As the Freeman's world changes from Earth to the Ark of Azah, the nature of the threat evolves too. This makes the world feel dynamic. The dangers shift because the civilization itself is transforming across centuries and light years.
All right. Next question. The Wizarding World exists hidden inside you guys can just look at the question answers.
We have 3
I
minutes.
bet you can guess.
9 3/4. Isn't that what he runs through the train thing?
What makes the hidden world approach so effective? It seems to creates a sense of wonder by employing managers to summary. D B. Oh, was I doing that out loud? Dude, that was my imagination. I think it's B. B as in boy.
I'm not sure if I agree with you. I'm just reading.
Hmm.
Fine, B.
Told you.
Okay, read it with the Harry Potter voice
Yeah.
now.
I can do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
He's like, no, you can't, but you can try.
it's the Harry Potter voice. Magical.
By anchoring magic inside our real world, Rowling makes the fantasy feel tantalizingly close. Every reader who passed a grimy London pub wondered if it might be the leaky cauldron. That closeness is what fueled an entire generation's obsession with getting their Hogwarts letter. There you go.
Turn the page.
All right, now we're getting some sci-fi. Ender's
This
Game.
game.
The Battle School is a zero-gravity military academy orbiting Earth where children are trained to fight in alien war. What world-building technique makes Battle School feel so vivid? Detailed descriptions of every room and corridor? A fully realized micro-society with its own hierarchy, rituals, and power dynamics? Heavy use of alien technology? Or D, limiting the story to single room. I'm realizing my randomizer that I built for this is terrible.
Yeah.
They're almost all B. At least in this version.
Correct. Battle School works because Card built a complete social ecosystem. Armies with reputations, launch groups with loyalties, a ranking system everyone obsesses over, bathroom politics, mess hall culture. The zero G battle room is iconic, but it is the social world around it that makes the station feel alive.
Okay.
Okay. Sanderson is famous for hard magic systems, which clearly defined rules, and Mistborn Allomancy works by metabolizing specific metals for specific powers. What makes this approach to magic
Can I
so
just
effective?
guess?
Yeah, just guess. I
No,
dare you.
don't guess. Wait.
Yay, I got it right. Ah!
it was D again.
We have a
okay.
streak going. We can't just willy-nilly hope that it's B.
Okay, so it shows readers can predict outcomes, which builds tension and enables clever problem solving. All right.
Correct.
Ooh, I don't think
Okay,
it's
last
B,
one.
maybe.
The land of Deltora is divided into 7 territories, each tied to a specific gem, tribe, and dragon species. The gems even spell out Deltora: diamond, emerald, lapis lazuli, topaz, opal, ruby, and amethyst. Yeah, I was right. What world design principle does this show? Symmetry and pattern give a world structural elegance. Every fantasy world needs exactly 7 regions. Color coding replaces the need for deeper lore. That's an interesting idea. Acronyms make worlds more marketable. I mean, in technology, they do.
Okay,
A?
Phil, what is it?
Answer is A.
Yeah, I was gonna guess A.
All right. You got
100%.
it. That was trivia night.
Close the dang book.
Close the book. Close the book.
I should have gotten like 20%, but you made it passable, I guess.
Close the book.
Well, you got to read the correct answer.
Yeah,
Okay.
Phil.
Rhoda
This to be extremely
Wolf.
lore sounding.
Oh. Like old person?
Yeah, like ancient
scary.
historian.
Like haunted house scary.
Rhoda wove the number 7 into everything. 7 gems, 7 tribes, 7 dragons, 7 Baba, whatever that is. 7 letters in Deltora. This internal pattern gives the world a sense of cosmic order. I just spit all over my mic. Like the land itself was designed with purpose. This makes the setting feel intentional rather than random.
That was like a legitimate 90s trailer sound.
It was a 90s trailer.
Like exactly.
Was about to end.
What is that from? There's one that's just like that.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know where it came from.
Literally indie 90s trailer.
Yeah, there's like tons of trailers that sound like it. Anyway. Whoa,
Okay, close the book. Close the book.
World Master.
World Masters.
I get 3,000 points, Phil. You can have 250.
Okay. Read again. Yay! No.
No. It's the same questions.
Can we get 200 now?
That was
Okay,
cool.
thank you.
I like that.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you
was
for
actually
playing my
fun
trivia
because
night.
we got some right.
I didn't
We got
realize-
some right. We got all of them right.
Yeah.
Were any of them ever C or D, or were they just always A and B?
A and B.
They switched around like 3 times, maybe.
That's funny. All right.
All right. Yep. Thanks for guys for watching. Orson, you want to sign us off? Any last thoughts?
Last thoughts is have your kids read some books. Let them imagine their worlds, and have their worlds be created.
Yeah.
Can you recommend a book that we should look into?
I kind of
It's not too steep, but you know,
For
you can get
kids
into
or for us?
for us.
Okay, yes.
Cupboards. That's what you
The Exodus series by Orson T. Badger. It's very applicable to the current climate of the world right now, and it's kind of frightening, but it's a really good story. What about you, Drew? What are your closing thoughts?
Imagination. Try to get yourself out of, I don't know what you do, but some, you know, meditation. You can have a lot of imagination meditating. So find ways to exercise imagination rather than relying on, you know, dopamine through, you know, just shorts videos and TikToks and movies and stimulating your thoughts that way. Try to um, pretend, try to imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Do you have any
Alrighty.
closing thoughts, Phil?
He wants to go to bed.
That's okay.
You know, if
You got-
we
I
didn't
haven't had
film this
dinner. I need to
in
go
the
to take a nap.
in the middle of the night, I wouldn't be so weird. But maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. You know, I think book worlds are important because it gives you something to talk about with your friends. Like for
Ooh,
example, like when you read Goosebump books, right? There's
Mhm.
not really, I mean, there's kind of like micro worlds, but every single book is different. It's in a different world, right? Um and I've noticed recently with the last 5-10 years, they make like video games or movies or whatever all in the same kind of universe.
God, it's so annoying.
I think it's a good thing because it's like the world. It's it's something familiar, and you're like, oh, what new part of the world are you going to see? And that's the same thing in like books, right? When the next books comes out, you're like, oh, like what part of the world are they going to explore this time around? There is a book series that I would recommend called Michael Vey, and it's
Name of the book series or the book?
I
Or is that the author?
think it's, yeah, Michael Vey series. Um, and there's over 10 books, I think, in the series. It's about this kid who gets these like magical powers to like shoot lightning and stuff. New York Times best-selling young adult science fiction series, following a teen with electric powers who discovers he's not alone and must fight a powerful organization with his friends. Anyways, so that's pretty much. I like the worlds that can come from a good book series.
Okay.
So when you say
Yeah.
talk about books with friends, do you suppose there's a lot more variation of perspectives that can come into play? Like if you watch a movie, it's sort of like a one track. You all saw it. You all heard you heard the voice. You listened to the music. You saw the visuals. Whereas a book, it's like you all read the words on the page, but your imagination and perception of it is just like all over the place. So when you come together,
That's why they have book clubs.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say that book clubs.
Hey, that's actually a good point.
Oh, I was like, I never understood why anybody would actually like willingly participate in a book club.
In a book club.
Why don't you just
Yeah.
read the book and enjoy it? But having like all the different perspectives, like what you're saying, Drew, makes
Yeah.
total sense. People watching this, you're like, this guy's an idiot. So on that note, I'm going to end this podcast.
Later.
See you guys later.
See
Read
you guys
books.
later.